We're going to groom the full dog today. This is Bink. Some of you know her as Bad Bink. As she cries a lot, you'll understand why. She's very happy. Yes, you are. When you are grooming the dog, this is for show dogs to pets to any dog. You want to groom them basically the same way. You might get more detailed into scissor work or into drawing the dog if you're going to a dog show. But it doesn't matter if it's a dog coming over just to be shown, to just be groomed, or to come over here and be shown. I groom them all the same way. First thing I do is I trim the dog's nails. If your dog's nails are long and you want to start showing your dog, you need to make sure that you cut the nails every 3 to 5 days. What this does is causes the quick, which is the blood supply, to recede back into the nail. Stop, Bink. Bink does not like her nails being done. As the nail quick recedes, you're able to get a little bit more nail to trim off. This causes you to get a nice short nail. Bink hasn't been done for a while, so her nails are a little bit longer. The other thing is if your dog runs a lot on concrete area, that will also recede your nail down. So that is also something that works really nice. But do make sure that you look at your nails often, because too many times I've seen dogs with broken nails or other issues with their nails that could have been taken care of before. If you hear your dog's nails clicking as they're walking across the floor, they're too long. So go ahead and start working on those. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to brush our dog out. I'm going to talk a little bit about different brushes. This is a brush that I'm sure a lot of you have seen, and I strongly do not recommend this brush if you have a Australian Shepherd, any type of coated dog. It tends to break the hair down low, and then you end up getting a fuzz type of dog hair coat later on. So we're not going to be using this today. I do like different types of brushes. This is a Chris Christensen 20. Realize a lot of my stuff looks kind of old because it is. If it's good, I use it for years and years and years. I've been grooming and showing dogs for over 26, 27 years. And if it works, we use it and we keep using it. So do realize that some of my stuff's kind of old. The other thing I like is a rake. Rakes are great if your dog is shedding. You're able to get a lot of the hair coat out by just pulling and brushing your dog at the same time, and that will help with your pre-bath coat. You'll be able to get a lot out. This is just dead hair, and it did not cut the hair, it just pulled it out. The other thing I like to use is a slicker brush. If you guys know me, you know we have a dog named Soup, and this dog brush looked a lot better before Soup got a hold of it. Anyways, a slicker brush is also great for helping to take out, watch out, taking out dead coat, and also for part of your grooming when you're actually doing a full groom on your dog. So those are great. So those are the 3 brushes that I use when I'm grooming the dog. At the very beginning, I brush the coat out totally. I do not clip the coat. We will get into trimming the coat after the dog is washed. Do not use scissors on your dog before you bathe your dog, or you will end up with scissors that need to be sharpened more often than not. So we want to scissor our dog after the dog has been bathed. So for now, we're going to put these up. The other thing I do like to use is a comb. Where I like using a comb is on the ears. What I generally do is I pull the ear out, trim the ear, brush the ear, don't trim it. If there is mats, which Bad Bink has a mat. First thing I'm going to do is see if I can take this comb and comb out the mat. Gently grab the mat at the base of it so you won't hurt your dog, and try to brush it out. You see I'm starting to get a little bit more and more out. If it gets to the point where it seems like you are having a hard time with that mat, get your straight shear scissors, and what you're going to do is you're going to go at the base of the mat. You're going to go into the mat with your scissors. Make sure you don't stick the dog, and you're going to pull upwards. Do this multiple times in the mat, and it breaks up that mat without causing any pain or distress on your dog. Do that several times. Come back with your comb and comb out the rest of the mat. You see how much easier that is? Bink says, yes, much easier. Got a little bit more of a mat. Go once again at the base. Go through the mat and go up. No need for any fancy mat breakers or anything else. Just take your scissors and go upward. Try to go at the base and cut. Take your comb again and brush the mat out. Try to hold on to the mat, at the hair as close to the base of the head as possible so you don't cause any pain to your dog. And there we go. Let's get the other ear. Bink has been living with a friend of mine, and she takes her dog swimming often at a pond. So Bink gets to go swimming, and this is what's somewhat causing, Bink has so much ear hair, and then the swimming and not brushing the hair often on the back of the ears will cause mats. She's got a big one on this side. Yes, I know, Bad Bink. Once again, we're going to put our scissors into it, go upwards, and start slicing that mat. If this mat ended up being too big, you can also take your clippers, if you have clippers, and trim it out. And I'm hoping to be able to get it out the normal way by just slicing. Bad Bink, you had a big mat. I know, I said your name. We're just going to keep slicing. As I said, this was a big one. I know. She says, you're slicing me. I'm not slicing you, I'm slicing your mat. Make sure when you stick the blade in, that you don't actually stick it into the dog. Alright, let's try that. This time, because it is a bigger one, I'm going to take my slicker brush and I'm going to try to brush a little bit more. See how much I can get out. And now the pieces of the mat will actually start coming out. There's more. You can go back in with the scissors. Oh no, get the link. And slice it some more. Pink is the average dog where she is not liking this, but she's putting up with it. This is not hurting her at all. She might tell you differently, but it is not hurting her. There we go. And you see I'm starting to actually get pieces of the mat out. So you get a nice, smooth surface. There you go. And then you have your pieces of your mat. Go ahead and continue to brush. Make sure you get the front hair. Of course, every dog's going to have different hair coats and lengths. Pink has a curly coat, a little bit of wave to her coat, so when we dry our dog, that's where it's going to be the most important, is making sure that we dry that correctly. Brushing the rear portion of the dog. Have a normal brush. You're going to pull up the hair and you're going to brush a little bit at a time. This is the best way to get your mats out and also get your extra hair out. Then pull the hair down and brush the top coat. You get a nice smooth surface. Same on this side. Pull the hair up, brush down, then put the top layer on top and brush out. At the same time, I go ahead and brush the inner leg, see if there's any mats. If there are mats on the belly or the inside of the legs, I cut those out. I get my scissors and I cut those mats out. If the mat is very close to the body, then I usually shave them out. Alright, Pink is all brushed out and ready for her bath.